Israel's always a fun country to cover. There's a lot of startup activity. There's a lot of technology being developed. And there's a strong relationship with Georgia. I wonder, I guess your job is pretty active.
It is very active. The office in Israel has been for about 18 or 19 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've been with the Georgia department for almost 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Primarily doing trade development work, working with a lot of Georgia companies in various markets, from medical devices, food industry, building and construction. And I can say we managed to introduce quite a lot of distributors to those companies.
Mm-hmm.
Many of them have done and are doing well, and we follow that. One of the programs that we really like that was arranged by the department is called GROW, the Georgia Reach Out Worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
It took place last year and it's going to take place this July again.
Mm-hmm.
We brought a couple of companies from Israel, and a couple of them have purchased quite a lot of products from Georgia companies in a very short time. So this is a good example. Israel is a very vibrant and very active market. It's easy to do business.
Yeah.
And I like to invite more companies to do this.
Yeah. Israel's a small market, though. 7 million people or so, so smaller than Georgia. How is it that, does the vibrancy, I guess, make up for the lack of population? You always think of the huge markets like India and China as export destinations.
I welcome the question. It's a good question. We're getting close to 8 million.
Okay.
Israel
I'm behind.
Yeah, okay, we're growing fast. But what's really important is Israel is a gateway to a lot of markets in Europe, Asia Pacific, and Africa that a lot of companies are not aware of. And I'm talking about companies that we're actually bringing to Georgia, and big chemical importers. Majority of their sales are actually in Europe and in Africa. So Israel should be viewed as a good gateway. The people, you meet a country where you meet a lot of people speaking natively many languages. And if you're looking for whether it's technical support in IT, whether it's in any kind of business, you'll find great partners to work with there. I really recommend to look at Israel as a great gateway to a lot of other markets. We do a lot of business in agricultural, in Asia Pacific and in Africa, for example, selling a lot of equipment, machinery for agricultural that is imported from the United States. So.
And defense.
And defense and high tech, yes.
What about energy? I know that Israel's recently discovered oil, so that's going to be an interesting development.
Not oil, but natural gas. Yeah.
Natural gas.
We were trying to dig for oil in the wrong direction, but we did find natural gas, a lot of it. And in fact, production is supposed to start next year in 2014. And Israel will become actually an export for that. So if there are companies here that are familiar with this market, there's a lot of opportunities for gas distribution, for conversion engines, for natural gas, and many other things.